listen, never in my life associated the word boring with baseball.
We know what's up.
Me? Yeah. Famous? Yeah.
And I'm like giddy over there smiling like, we're about to win this shit.
Did everyone give you crap? Give me a good host story.
I'm not picking it up.
We both love the game.
We talk about it every day.
Can't get enough baseball.
Having some popcorn, you're fooling around your phone.
I'd have to wait in line for 3 hours.
Hang on, because it's about to be a wild ride.
There is nobody I'd rather be talking to than Rich Hill right now. If somebody could hear you, I should have taped the last 5 minutes of you trying to master technology.
Yeah, it's great. It's a lot of fun. It's like sending smoke signals across the state.
How do I keep my phone on so that it doesn't just keep showing the homepage?
Yeah, carrier pigeon.
If I should do what we should do is, it's like the obstacle course for Rich's phone. I'm going to ask you to do certain things. All right, I need you to set the timer on a photo. Could you do that?
Ooh, I think I could do that. That's pretty self-explanatory.
Not really.
It's got to be somewhere in the newspaper. So.
You're on Instagram, right?
Yeah, I am, but it's a futile effort.
Would you know how to do anything creative on Instagram?
No, zero. Very difficult trying to figure out how to post something, and very nerve-wracking because it's like, did I do it right? Is it, what? That's why I need a lot of help.
The weird thing is, and I know that do you know what, when you see, it looks like a little, like a link, as like a chain link.
Yeah, like if you want to donate or something like that,
or if you wanted to buy something.
Yep.
If you want to buy something, you click on that. I just wanted to make sure, because I don't think you've done it yet.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure that if you see on my Instagram, there's something next to a link.
Yes.
Click on it, and you can buy something. Although I'm being presumptuous that you actually know how to type in a credit card number and all the fixins for that.
Yes, I do. No, I do. Yes.
Oh, you do?
Okay. All memory.
Oh!
The whole number, everything.
Really?
Date, CCV, is that the number? Yeah, the CCV number.
Prove it. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's crazy? Do you ever see that marathon bombing, the documentary about the marathon bombing? Did you see that on Netflix?
Yes.
Yeah, a while ago. The craziest thing about that was the guy who got the carjacked, and the reason why they were able to track the guys who stole his car was he had memorized the tracking code in his car.
Really? That's another. Wow.
And he said, "I had a new car. You remember everything about the car."
Yeah, that's like memorizing the VIN number. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah. So
I've bought stuff on Instagram before. Seeds for the garden, flowers. Still haven't.
Wait a second. You bought?
I did. Yeah, I did, because they look great. It was early spring. You're like, oh, this is going to be perfect for the garden. Still hasn't come up.
So you, of all the things that you could have bought on Instagram, you bought seeds for your garden?
Yeah, for planting, probably.
This is literally something that you can go down to your hardware store and buy seeds, right?
Yeah, I could. But, these were, different flowers. I've never seen them before. It was probably grass seed. Who knows?
Oh, okay. Well, now that you workshop buying things on Instagram, why don't you give it another whirl? Why don't you give it another try? Give it another whirl. This stuff that's sitting there waiting for you. So you have, by the way, in this, for people looking at YouTube, or if they maybe see a clip later, the backdrop that you have, this is a new backdrop for you.
Yeah, it's I still got to clean it up. This is like, the front side of the haircut. We don't want to see the backside. You know what I mean? There's just stuff everywhere in this room. There is a lot of.
But you literally have. I can see the jerseys. You have the jerseys of the teams. Do you steal the jerseys?
Do I steal them? No, they give them. They give them to you at the end of the year.
They do?
Oh, yeah. I got lots of jerseys, plenty of jerseys.
They just give them to you.
You name it. Name a team.
All right, I'll name it. Okay, so in your last 2 years, you were released in the middle of the year. Did you?
Thank you for bringing that up. Yes.
You want me to mention you? I don't know if you know this. You struck out Kyle Tucker. This is like me telling Jim Rice he played 163 games. Every time there's a moment of awkward silence, or I feel like you're getting a little bit blue, I'm going to mention that you struck out Kyle Tucker.
All right. I like it.
Yeah. All right. But did they say, did you get your jerseys from the Red Sox and the Royals?
Yeah. Let's take a walk down memory lane.
Oh, it's like cribs.
Let's see. Oh, here we go.
Wow, right there. Wow.
Here's Kansas City.
Well, so how does that work? You just
you're
like
they even put a what is that? A sticker thingy on it.
Why?
I don't know. It's because I was old. There's the home one. That was a good game. That was right after that. That was when I got it sent home. What was the other one you said?
No. Well, you Red Sox are right behind it.
Red Sox. Yep. Here's
USA. Yeah.
Pirates.
Yeah. Pirates.
All right.
I mean, you were traded. What were you? You traded from the Pirates.
Cubs.
Yep. It
was a long time ago.
That was the first team, right?
Yeah, first team, first major league team. Yeah. This was my favorite. This one.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah, I like that. It's a good uni.
What are you? Did that first? That pull up that Cubs.
That's an old one.
Okay. All right. Start there. Right.
Michigan.
The size of it. Did it?
Yeah.
Pull up the Michigan size.
That is a 46.
Okay. Now go 46. Go to the Royals one.
All right. Let's see. Royals QR code. Oh, that one's covered. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's see. It's got a QR code on it. Let's go. Hold on, let me see if one of these other ones. Hold on a second. This is the portion where you're going to fast forward through it.
Yeah.
They don't have QR codes on it.
They don't. No, on the collar they don't have the size.
No, 46 for the Red Sox. So what was the?
Oh, so you were 46.
Oh, here it is. Oh, 48. 48.
Oh.
40. That's not bad though. 48.
Not bad.
I don't know, one of the old heavy years. I don't know how much.
And look at those hats too.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, a lot of hats.
Did your head size change?
No, it was the same, 7.5.
Oh, really?
Brain got smaller, but the head stayed the same size. So it's good.
Someone say just the opposite. All right. I'm glad we got all that out of the way.
Yeah, good. Fast forward right through that. Let's get to the point.
If the doorbell rings, you know it's your seeds being delivered, by the way.
Yeah. Or that sweatshirt I ordered for Bryce 3 years ago that never came. So
really?
That's why I don't order stuff off Instagram.
Okay. You know what? If Bryce seen the Baseballs and Boring the Joe hat, has he seen that? The kids love it.
I don't know. I have to ask him.
The letters are backwards.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, the Brian Abraham's son. He's basically became exponentially more popular now that his dad bought him that hat.
Oh, I like it.
I'll text it to you. You show Bryce so that, and the reason I'm going to do that is because Bryce will immediately guilt you into buying one. So, all right. There's two things I want to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about 2022.
Ooh, that's a big one.
And I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you about Clubhouse culture.
Yes.
Spin the wheel.
Go ahead.
Which one you want to go?
Flip a coin. Call it.
Right. What is it?
You didn't call it.
Tails.
Yep, you got it. Go ahead.
What do you? Okay. Which one is that? Which one is it?
We'll go with 2022.
All right.
Yeah, right off the gate.
Yeah, you got off to a very slow start. You're part of a team that got off to a very, very slow start.
Yes.
Couldn't hit it all. And then all of a sudden you went on a pretty significant tear. This is obviously with the Red Sox. You went on a tear. You were part of that. You were in the starting rotation, I believe. I think, right? Correct?
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes. And so the reason I bring this up is this is a sort of a microcosm of what teams can hope for. It's not only the Red Sox, but it's it's teams like the Mets. It's all these teams wallowing in early May, hoping that it'll turn around.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that you didn't have a put the stool in the middle of the clubhouse speech. I assume that didn't happen, right? There wasn't a big speech, no.
No big speech.
Did you? So looking back at that, did you feel this come? How does one feel like a run like that coming? Because I think you went 29-10.
Mm-hmm.
You went 29-10 after that very slow start. Do you remember feeling it?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at that roster, and this is something that I talk about quite often, is about the veteran leadership that was in that clubhouse. You look at Xander Bogaerts, right? Obviously, he's had an amazing career, had a great run in Boston, and multiple playoff appearances, multiple World Series, understood what it took to get through the grind of the season. That's where it kind of started at the top. And then you go down to Devers, JD Martinez, who was the consummate professional who was in the cage every single day working on his craft of hitting and being the best in the game that he was. Trevor Story, who was just signed over with Boston. Kike Hernandez, who also came over from LA and was there, I believe, the previous year in Boston, but brought a lot of credentials with him. You had Jackie Bradley Jr. Who else? Tommy Pham, who was obviously a great leader in the clubhouse and a guy.
Tommy Pham came at the trade deadline.
Yeah. Okay. Good thing. We can rewind that. So on the pitching side, Chris Sale.
Yeah, you were on a roll. Don't let me stop you. Keep going.
Nate Eovaldi, Chris Sale, Michael Wacha, Whitlock was just a few years. I think it was his second year.
Yeah, second year.
Tanner Houck, second year, and then you had Bayo and Matt Barnes. So I think just looking at that roster in itself, you had multiple guys with 10 plus years. And multiple guys that had reached free agency. So, being able to see the consistency of how guys were working and going about their business every single day is really what brought about, that run during the early part of the year. So when you look at that in a small kind of snapshot, it makes sense why a team like that would pull it together and go on a run like that.
So you're going on the run, and a big part of this, I should note, because I looked it up, was that you just started hitting. Like, you didn't hit at all in April. A lot of those guys you just mentioned, they started playing to the levels that they're used to. But that was a big. Hey, listen, I mean, it's hitting, it's pitching. You go 29-10, it's everything. When you're in the middle of figuring it out, and you're in the middle, like you said, I think, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it sounds like you're saying that these guys knew what it took. They knew the process to actually succeed. They trusted the process, and that paid off, right? Correct?
They knew themselves. They knew why they were good. They knew the ebbs and the flows of a season. They understood that, hey, I'm 7, 8, 9, 10 years into a big league career. I know that this is going to the waters will smooth out a little bit here. but everybody stuck to what they did best. There wasn't any panic. And Alex Cora, obviously being the leader that he is in the clubhouse, didn't panic at all either. So I think from that standpoint, and being on other teams as well that have gone on, poor runs. For example, the Dodgers in, I believe it was 2017. I believe we lost somewhere in the realm of like 20 games or something like that in September. But we ended up going on and making it to the World Series that year. And that's just the point of that is that we clinched, I think, the playoff berth somewhere around September 8th or 9th. So we already knew we were going to the postseason, but we also had an opportunity to win, have or hold the record for the most wins in a single season. We ended up with 107 or 111 wins that year. So we were on pace.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of a different year, but go ahead. We could both be wrong about one thing in this podcast.
Yeah. And, it's
Hold on.
Oh, check it. Yep, we're going to New York.
No, I have one challenge left because you were wrong and I was wrong. So yeah, we each have one challenge left. Go ahead.
How's that working out this year so far? So, being able to be in that position where, what was it, the Seattle Mariners, 116 wins, I believe it was. Is that right?
Oh, in 01 or something. Yeah.
So it was kind of posed to us as a team. Do you guys want to have that record, or kind of rest guys and be healthy going into the?
It was actually asked to you as a team,
not as a team, but individually.
Okay. Yeah.
Between general manager to player, or assistant general manager to player, and finding out the temperature of where guys were at physically and what they wanted to kind of, keep pushing through September and really, possibly, I don't know, I guess in a sense they were looking at, are we going to drive this into the ground, or are we going to be able to do preserve some guys and get them healthy, because now we have these 25 days or whatever to kind of really rest guys before the postseason starts. But, we all wanted both. We wanted to win 120 games that year. But again, with the snapshot of both of those teams and the Boston Red Sox in particular in 2022, you had guys that knew themselves. They knew exactly what they needed to do every single day when they showed up to the ballpark. You knew that guys were going to take care of themselves getting ready before the game. There was no panic in any pitchers that didn't know how to go about a routine 4 days in between, whether the outing went well previous or it went poorly previous, or they've had multiple outings in a row that didn't go well, because they were going to figure it out, because they have done it before. And there's a lot to be said for that. And that's one thing, that being able to kind of dive into numbers and overanalyze things and try to figure out where, somebody's shoulder hip rotation might be off, or those are all well and good. And there could be some, breadcrumbs in there, but it's between the ears, and that's it at the end of the day, especially with playing at the highest level. It has nothing to do with, there are things that guys make adjustments in the off season. They bring it into the next season, trying to be better than they were the year before, without understanding that the next year is a completely different season. Every day is a completely different day. You might get that broken bat single that, gets you out of that 0 for 23 slump that you needed to just feel being on the bases. You might get hit by a pitch and get on base, or walk that one time that just makes you feel like you're in the game and you're actually contributing. It might be that one strikeout coming out of the bullpen that reinvigorates the feel of how the ball is coming off of your hands, that boom, now I'm back. As opposed to, let's dive into this more, overanalyze everything, and make you think even more when you get out onto the mound or when you get into the batter's box, which you don't need to do. You need to eliminate thoughts, get back to being an athlete, and do what you do best. Be a Major League Baseball player, and that's what those guys did.
There's a lot of basically what you're expertly segueing into the other side of the coin, which was the clubhouse stuff. So we're going to talk about both at the same time because that's what we do. We maximize our effort. We're just rolling things out. We're using our athleticism, our acumen, and our experience to basically talk about all the good stuff in one fell swoop.
Yes.
Along with you're just saying yes. I think that made sense. So it's funny because the team that you're describing right now that get off to a bad start is the Phillies. Like
sure.
I was, as you're talking, I'm thinking, okay, fine, you want to fire the manager, fine. But ultimately it's a veteran clubhouse. It has been a veteran clubhouse for a long time. They probably are thinking all the things that you said, right? We know what it takes. We're going to figure it out. But also, conversely, another one I was thinking about, I think it was the next year, 2023, you play for the Pirates, or 24?
Yes.
23.
Great.
And I remember you guys got off to a really good start. I mean, you hit June, you were actually in it.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, we were. Yeah, 20. We won 20 games that month, I believe.
Yeah, so that's the other side of it. When
Sure.
you're going good, there's hey, maybe you fall into not doing things the right way. I don't know what happened there, but you've seen both sides of it.
Oh, you can also get into that where it's like, okay, well, we're going to push and do more. And it's and you don't have to. You stay pat, you stay the course. You don't change lanes. You can speed up or slow down, but you don't change lanes. You don't all of a sudden go away from your process of, firing up 3-pointers when that's not your game. You know what I mean? But that's what it is. It's down and out. Make the first down, move forward, get a couple yards, move forward again.
Hold on, is there a hockey analogy you can give? Because you just hit on basketball and football.
I don't know. We'll get there.
Hey, listen, if the pads are closed, don't go 5-hole.
That's right. All
right, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
But again, it's just going in that other direction where, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm having such a great year, or, I got to do more, or how can I, I'm hitting 300, how can I hit 320? Other outcomes, as we've talked about before on the broadcast, of being not in the moment and focusing in on how the ball is coming out of my hand. Am I getting my A swing off? Where am I going with the ball when it's hit to me? I mean, these are just simple little things that sound so, rudimentary or little league, but that's it. And you're just doing it at the highest level to the best of your ability, with great ability at that level. And that's.
So you talk about the people who are getting out of the veterans who are figuring out and getting out of their own slumps and finding their way. But how important is it to have, for the guys who haven't been through 162 or have been through 162 maybe once, to be able to find guys in there to actually get advice from, to get steering from, because and the second part of that is that how different is it when they're seeking out that advice to get it from a teammate rather than a coach or even a manager?
Yeah, I think being able to find, and I know being able to have teammates that can sit down next to you and say, hey, one-on-one conversations, I know you're struggling. I've been there. I've been through this. I know that, this isn't easy. Here's an example of when I was a rookie, or here's an example of when I was, in my third year in the big leagues. Because it takes 3 or 4 years to get comfortable in the big leagues, I believe. And that has been, a common theme for a long time, and we're seeing less and less of that. The average major league career now is 3.5 years. Is this by design? that's just an open-ended question. But I think that, and again, I know that having veteran leadership when guys are in that clubhouse, multiple veterans that can talk to different departments, whether that be the bullpen, starting pitching, outfield, infield, catching, and coming from another teammate means a lot. It means a heck of a lot because especially from a guy that, has been to an all-star game, or a guy that's, been through the grind, or, finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel on a different side of their career, but now able to give back and make those younger players play to the best of their ability and also get the most out of their career. I've always been big on that for, when I was fortunate to be in that position to talk to guys and have them, come to me for advice, or if I see them struggling, and just, ask a question. Like, if you ever have anything, just come and talk to me. Cause that when those players come and talk to the veteran players, their ears are open, not passing out advice. Like, just free for everybody, and everybody's ears are closed, and a lot of people don't want to hear it. So that to me is the one of the most valuable parts of having that veteran leadership on a team. And things that you don't see guys taking, you hear about guys taking other guys under their wings and going to get coffee in the morning or lunch, or it might be a dinner or something like that, where you get to know the players a little bit more, the veteran players as a younger player a little bit more, and that guy's pulling for you when you're out there on the field. And that starts to emanate throughout the clubhouse because, that player starts to ooze a little bit more confidence and know that, one of the older guys or a veteran player is behind them and helping them out. And that's something that, it doesn't show up. Again, it doesn't show up in analytics. It doesn't show up on the computer screen. I don't know how else to say.
But I think
it's not something that you can teach. It has to be experience is learned through time and getting your heart ripped out and watching it beat on the curb while the rest of the league continues to go by. And who can teach that? Who can teach that? You can't get somebody who's never worn the uniform to come up and actually have that kind of experience with a player who's struggling in their second year, in their third year, somebody who's about to be a free agent, going through the anxieties of, hey, I had 2 great years the last couple of years. I didn't take that, extension that the team offered me, and now I got a circus going on in my head because I haven't gotten a hit in the last 20 days, or I haven't pitched well because of certain circumstances. And I understand that if I have a good season, it could be set myself up really well. The same goes for the guys who are 0 to 3. They're in a different boat, and then you have your guys that are in arbitration. But if you have everybody in one bucket, if you have all arbitration guys and you have all 0 to 3 guys, or you have a combination of those two, there's not a lot of things that could be going on in the right direction, if you know what I mean.
So one of the things you mentioned is, people are everyone has good intentions. They're trying to fix stuff, but the fixing the stuff now, I think more than ever, has become because they want tangible results. Like, they want things, they want numbers, they want proof. As they said, in the movie Zero Dark 30, I know that certainty freaks you guys the fuck out. I don't know if right. So it's like they want that. They want like 100%. They want 100%. And but that the reality is that you just aren't ever going to get the 100%, no matter how much you think that you adjusted a delivery, a seam shift, a batting stance, whatever it is, because of all the things that you said. Because because it is ultimately 162. It is ultimately people yelling at you from the stands. Now it is ultimately maybe people giving you crap on social media. It is all this stuff. Like it is, and it feels like that these guys, and this is going to sound like old man yelling at clouds, but I don't care. It feels like the solution is keep throwing as much answers as he can at the guys, and all this stuff they're going to be able to put it together in their stew of their mind, in their head, and it'll work. In other words, you have the mental performance coach saying something, you have the track man giving you information, you have 10 different people watching you throw a bullpen giving you information, you have all of it, instead of what you just said, Rich, which is someone who had gone through it in a major league uniform, in a major league season, sitting next to you and say, hey, this is important. This is the most important thing. And use that to guide you to where you want to go.
Yeah, I mean, I Mike Remlinger, and Scott Air, who are two guys that played 10 plus years in the big leagues, both, resonated with me when I came up with the Cubs, because they said, know what you do best. Know what you do best. That was it. It was very simple. Ryan Dempster, Kerry Wood, Greg Maddux. And again, this is, I understand the discrepancy of age that is going on here, but this is what it was like for me when I was coming up. So it has no different story.
It worked. Well, it worked.
It has no different. It doesn't resonate any differently in 2026. It resonates the same. It's the exact same. It doesn't matter if it was 2005, 1985, whenever. It is the same throughway, and the same, whatever was said then still makes a ton of sense today, and it is absolutely relevant beyond belief. And when we complicate things to the point where we're thinking about, 3 or 4 different things, or even 2 different things when we get into the batter's box, or multiple different things when we get out onto the mound, we're in trouble. And we're not simplifying it to the point where you understand what pitch you're throwing with 100% conviction, which is the other thing that drives me nuts, is that, teams calling pitches. Where we're seeing it down there in Miami, where they're
in Colorado, by the way. We had Bernardino on. He said they're doing it in Colorado too.
Yeah. I mean, I there's a lot that could be another whole other segment, but let's not.
Yeah. We're running out of tape.
Yeah. So, but really, that being able to have those guys around, and for me coming up, I benefited greatly, and also benefited greatly from playing in a big market, as Chicago is one of the big 4.
But my point is, it worked. Like you're right.
Oh yeah. And I was going to get to that.
05, 15, 25, whatever it is, it worked. It worked then. It works now.
Always. And whether that's watching veteran guys go about their business and their work ethic, and you go, wow, I didn't realize how much work it took to stay in the big leagues. It's easy to get to the big leagues. It's hard as hell to stay. And that's one thing that, I don't know if guys realize that, and you don't realize it until you actually see guys that have been in the big leagues for a long time, and you can't see that if you don't have that.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't matter, if you can't quantify it, if it doesn't matter, then I think you're going to get what you get right now in the American League, which is 4 teams that are 500 or better.
Not good. Mediocrity.
No.
Mediocrity.
Yeah, I just
let me ask you this. Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on. I think a lot of teams are chasing the same thing. I think they're all chasing the same thing. I think they're chasing value. I think they're chasing numbers. I think they're chasing, whatever your best pitch is, slug, exit velo. That's why I love watching, the Milwaukee Brewers, for example, playing small ball, and what they did last season and continuing into this season. Seeing teams bringing back the bunt.
Tampa.
Tampa. I mean, Chandler Simpson, speed kills. Speed is absolutely, you can't teach it, and you need it.
I have video of you running down the first baseline. I know that you have speed. So
Yeah, fifth fastest time in 2017, I think, on the Dodgers down to first.
what is it?
I think it was the fifth fastest time that year down to first.
No, is that true?
I know. That's what I had heard. And I said,
is that true?
I think.
Put it on your Wikipedia page.
I know.
But I didn't mean to interrupt you, but that's what you answered exactly what I was going to ask, which is we're trying to figure out why there's all these teams are lumped together where everybody's mediocre. Like there's never been more flawed teams in one league. I don't know in forever. So why is that? It's bizarre. It's bizarre that that you have so many of these teams, who are just in the same boat.
Well, it's a lot of justifying of existence. I mean, do you need 10 people around to watch a bullpen when somebody's struggling? Oh, I think I saw this. I saw this. I saw this. Just get your pitching coach, the pitcher, and the catcher, and maybe somebody to come in and the bullpen coach to be there as well. So you have four guys there, right? And that's it. Just keep it simple, and that's what it's all about. That's the beauty of the game. It's not about pitching in front of 50,000 people when everything's going crazy. Yes, it is. It's amazing and it's fun, but the simplicity of it is what it's all about. And what it brings you back to is like, how awesome is this? We're throwing a bullpen in a major league stadium. It's just you and the pitching coach and the catcher, and let's figure things out. Let's get back to doing what you do best.
Well.
And coaches, I don't think coaches in the beginning of coaching get into coaching to coach to the numbers. They coach to get players better.
No, but here's the problem, and this is again we've said this about or thought this about probably 5 times in this podcast that we could do podcasts off of what we're talking about, but you're right. They didn't get into coaching for this. But they stay in coaching and advance in coaching because of the numbers, because of the ability to to find tangible results on all the machines. Like that's it. Like
so. Well, yeah, go ahead.
No, that's it. No, that's it.
I mean, and this isn't an anti-number podcast. This is an anti-analytic podcast.
No, it's a pro sense. Making sense podcast. It's everybody else's prerogative to be wrong. It's our prerogative to be right.
Well said.
Thank you.
But just I mean, going back to being able to the coaching side of it, when you see a guy struggling, you're not gonna dive into, hey, can we get him to throw 96? If you can't throw 95, you can't pitch in the big leagues. These are the things that I've heard over the last couple of years. When we're chasing, like, you want to get somebody to throw a little bit harder, but you're going to sacrifice command, and then you're going to go into the red zone of, okay, well, he broke down. And guess what happens? That's when they rip it out, they throw it over there, and they go, okay, you go ahead. And then you realize, okay, this is my career, this is about me, and then you become selfish. Because it takes away that whole camaraderie and that team aspect because of these inflicted wounds that are coming from an external source of chasing something that doesn't need to be chased, in a sense. Because yes, if that guy does end up throwing, he's at 95 or he gets up to 97. You don't know what's the difference between a well-located 95 and a 97 that's down the middle. And again, if we dive into the metrics, if it has good carry, if it doesn't have carry, do you have to whatever? We're good. But the point is that are you chasing the right things?
Yes.
Make sure you're chasing the right things. If you're not chasing the right things, you're going to end up in a worse position or injured. And that's what I'm seeing, because a lot of the things that we don't talk about or things that people are hearing is what's going on in the minor leagues and how many guys are getting injured on, if it's not daily, weekly, and how many, UCL injuries are stacking up. There are so many guys. It's a graveyard that's happening right now. but nobody gets to hear about it because it's not happening. Yes, it is happening at the major league level, but it's not at the clip of the minor league level because they don't have the numbers.
The great thing about this podcast is that not only are we talking baseball, but as all these young people are going to their proms, I'm just going to play this clip. Are you chasing the right things? Says Rich Hill. Are you chasing the right things? It's great advice in so many ways. The last thing is, I would be remiss if I did not ask you this. What was your reaction to Alex Cora getting fired? Because you played for him, you played in that organization a couple different times.
Yeah.
So what was your takeaway? Not only Alex Cora, but obviously a lot of the coaches that you probably know as well, even though most of them are hitting guys. But certainly know Jason Varitek. So
Yeah.
what was your reaction?
Yeah, I was disappointed. I was shocked, actually, because I didn't see that coming. Obviously not being inside the room, and hearing some of the things in the comments that were made from some of the guys, and again, that side of it was disheartening.
Can I pause you for a second? Sorry, I apologize. But I think we had talked about this. But one of the talking points of the whole thing, how it shook out, was when they addressed the players, and Craig Breslow went in and didn't take the questions. But I just wanted, and we've talked about this in full disclosure, but you had gave the example of when Kevin Plawecki was let go, like Chaim Bloom got in there, right? And take me through that and how that, and you've probably been another case of people getting fired in the middle of the year and going through that. Take me through from a player's perspective.
Yeah, I think from the Plawecki incident when he was let go in September with less than a month to go in the season. That was a shock, and Chaim came into the clubhouse and fielded questions from the players, and he understood that the guys weren't happy about what happened, and from their perspective, and the front office, and them needing to see players come up, and they need the roster spot. That's something that the lack of feel and understanding of what that can do, not only to a clubhouse, but going down the line as well. Not being in their shoes, but at the same time, not having the understanding of what that could create in the locker room, speaks to where we're at in the game. And I think it's something that, it's frustrating, and it's also a little bit sad because you're not valuing the veteran players that are in the game, and I think that's something that young players should take note of what is going on, because one day they will be a veteran player in the game if they get there, and I hope that they do. And that's something that not being able to have your voice heard, or be able to ask questions and understand why. I get the whole side of it. It's not, let us make the decisions and you guys just play baseball. But at the same time, that it is the big leagues. This isn't, AAA. It's not AA. It's the big leagues. And every one of those players has every right, if they want, to ask whatever question that they have to get full disclosure and closure on a situation like that. And it's something that I've been a part of, and also been on the other side of it, where been released, and it stinks all around. It's not good, especially somebody like Alex and that coaching staff who's been there, obviously with Alex for a long time. So yeah, that was my take.
Have you had managers fired in the middle of the year, teams?
Yes. I'm trying to think back to let me think here.
Want to go through your? Well, let me ask you this: just in synopsis, one of the takeaways, you mentioned young players and not maybe understanding exactly what's going on. When a manager is fired, everyone's at different points in their career. Everyone has a different mindset. Everyone has a different approach. The veteran players might be like taking it harder because they understand, maybe they've been around the guy for longer. Maybe the young player, the rookie or whatever, they're just trying to make their way. They don't know. Like,
yeah, any different. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
At the same time, they also now know that their play has consequences, because
you would hope that they would think that, right?
Yeah, and I mean, this isn't just, again, you want to go out there, and that's why you keep things small and you understand what you do best. When you understand what you do best as a player, you're maximizing your potential to go out there and have success. But when you don't know that, you're not going to be able to understand what you need to do on a daily basis and how to go about your business and what a routine is. Routine just gets thrown around like it's, some sort of, word that everybody should understand. Oh, I know a routine, I know a process and all that. No, you don't. You don't. I mean, in a early on mind of a major league player, they do not have a solid foundation of what their process or what their routine is. Some guys are better than others, but overall, you don't really know fully what it is until you've accumulated a decent amount of time of playing through a full spring training, a full 162 game season, getting into the playoffs and going deep into the playoffs, and and then doing it again the next year. But I think that's the biggest thing that guys miss, is that they don't have that true understanding of the ramifications of not having a routine or a process can obviously damage their results on the field, which ultimately leads into people losing their jobs. And that doesn't only go for coaches, that goes for front office, because we've seen that over the years. It goes for ownership. And I mean, John Henry has the 12th largest payroll in baseball. So how is that being spent? Everybody wants to go after him, but where is the money being spent, and who are you spending it on, and what players are you getting to bring into that clubhouse? I'm just using that as an example, but that goes for, all owners. There are definitely owners out there that probably don't want to make a push to win. But certainly I think here in Boston they do. It just depends on how that's allocated.
Well put. We're going to conclude this with a fun game. Are you on a chair that swivels?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. I want you to close your eyes in a second. Close your eyes. Then I want you to swivel around the chair, and I want you to pick a uniform from behind you, and I want you to put it on. And then put it on with your eyes closed, and then you tell me, by the way it feels, what uniform you think it is. Okay? Is that all right? Okay.
All right. A lot of them. All right. Whatever. Let's do it.
All right. Ready? Go. As he looks through, he's sifting through the uniforms.
Look that way.
Yeah. Don't look. Close your eyes. I would imagine, though, that the feel of the uniform probably gives it away. Oh, okay. All right. He's got a uniform. Don't look at what the uniform is.
Not looking. I haven't even looked.
I know. You gonna put it on?
Heavy, so it seems like it could be a little older.
Okay. All right. So put it on. Now, keep in mind, this is like OJ. If you're putting on the glove over the over the other glove. All right, but it still fits. Look at you. All right. Now, keep your eyes closed. What?
No. Can't do that.
No, well, it was a giveaway. It's like Braille. You're feeling the front of your shirt.
I haven't looked.
Yep.
I haven't.
All right. Okay. All right. You feeling the uniform?
Oh, hey! I know it's before
advertisements.
The moneymaker.
Yeah.
Or the moneymakers.
Yeah. Okay. Ready? Don't open your eyes. What uniform did you pick?
Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
No, what a season!
Look at that.
That was a season of flush.
But you, I mean, you must have known. How did you know? How did you know?
Because it's heavier. It's heavier.
You knew it was
Your
your
jersey.
because it was heavier?
This is a heavier jersey.
Oh, okay.
It's heavier, and it's like it's not 1940s wool, but it's close.
Okay. Good job. That was a fun
This
game.
is lighter. This is lighter material. Thick material. Yeah, great game.
Yeah, thank you for doing that.
Are you cutting out?
No, you're good. It's catching up.
No.
Yeah. There we go. All right. Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, no, and no advertisement.